Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Goodbye Compass, Hello Compass Plus. My name's Peter McKinney. I'm a Compass Plus consultant, and I lead on the delivery of our virtual training offer. Now, from September, all Compass users, will move to Compass Plus, which is a more stable and scalable platform that supports education settings to evaluate, manage, and then report on their careers provision. Now, the migration from Compass to Compass Plus marks the first stage in our journey to enhance your experience using our digital products. Now, as always, everyone, we have your best interest at heart when delivering our webinars and understand that you may need to jump off halfway through or want to watch it back later at another time. So if you've joined the webinar today, you will be sent a copy of the recording after the session so that you can then review this at your own pace later if you need to. So the recording itself, it will be added to YouTube and it will also be chapterized as well. So that means you can then quickly jump to the relevant part of the webinar that you then need to watch again. So if you're joining the webinar today, you can ask questions at any time during the session. Do this by using the Q&A function in Zoom. So you just click the Q&A icon on screen and then one of our technical specialists will be happy to help. Now, before I move on to the learning objectives for today's session, I just want to highlight that I'll be using a Compass Plus demo account that isn't connected to a management information system for this particular webinar. So this will replicate what current Compass users will see from September when they migrate from Compass to Compass Plus. For settings that currently use Compass,
Oh, sorry, Peter. I think you've just gone on to mute there.
it has, yes, it has. Can you hear us now okay?
Yeah, hearing you loud and clear. We're all
Okay,
good.
so I'll just jump back a couple of bits just to make sure everybody still got what I was saying. So if you're joining the webinar today, everyone, you can ask questions at any time during the session by using the Q&A function in Zoom. Just click the Q&A icon on screen and then one of our technical specialists, they'll be more than happy to help. Now, before I move on to the learning objectives for today's session, I just want to highlight that I'll be using the Compass Plus demo account that isn't connected to a management information system for this particular webinar. Now, this will replicate what Compass users will see from September when they migrate from Compass to Compass Plus. So for settings that currently use Compass and can connect their management information system to Compass Plus to access learner data, more information on this will be shared towards the end of today's session. So it's also important to note that I'll be using a demo account that's set up like a mainstream school. So if you're a specialist setting, please don't worry. The functionality that I'll show you today works in the same way across all education settings. So here are the learning objectives for today. Now, again, don't forget you can ask questions at any time using the Q&A. And towards the end of the session, I'll also introduce you to the Compass Plus Help Centre. So from September onwards, all Compass Plus users will use the Compass Plus Help Centre to access guidance and resources that are designed to support effective use of Compass Plus in your particular setting. Okay, so first of all, let's just set the scene. So currently, the Careers and Enterprise Company offers two free digital products, Compass and Compass Plus. Both have features that help education settings measure impact and inform continuous improvement of their careers provision. Now, if a setting has an eligible management information system, they can connect their MIS to Compass Plus and then access learner data, activating then additional features that you can see listed there on the right. Now, from September 2026, the Careers and Enterprise Company will offer one digital product, Compass Plus. Now, developing a single Compass Plus product will give all our users a high quality experience. And we've been working really hard to create a version of Compass Plus that works for users without an MIS connection, giving them access to core features that support education settings to evaluate, manage, and report on their careers provision. Now, we've simplified and improved the back end, addressing technical issues, and we'll be continuing to release product developments, giving users that better experience. So As we progress, the migration will enable us to explore how we can evolve Compass Plus to better meet your needs. Now, if you currently use Compass, you will simply move to Compass Plus without access to learner data. And from September, you'll see a brand new homepage and have access to new features for colleges, which are easy to use and will be introduced to improve the management of sites and departments, all of which I'll walk through during today's demo. So if you currently use Compass, you have a compatible MIS and you want to connect to Compass Plus and access that learner data, you can do this now until the end of July, or you can wait and do this from September. And we'll drop a link into the chat now that explains the process in a little more detail for you. Okay, so let's dive into the demo so that you can then see what Compass Plus looks like and what the features will be available to you. Okay, so when you log into Compass Plus, you'll go straight to your home page, which you can see in front of you now. So here you'll see three tiles across the top. Now, these tiles will be different colors depending on what action you've taken in Compass Plus so far this particular academic year. Now, use these tiles to monitor your progress towards achieving Gatsby benchmarks based on your Compass evaluation results. That is the first one. The second one, so you can see the priority action areas identified in your latest careers impact internal leadership review from this middle tile. Move everybody over there. And then the last one here, you can check to see how many parents or carers have responded to your child's future. The questionnaire for parents and carers to help you understand their knowledge, confidence, and awareness of careers. So in order to view the results on any of these, you would just click the view results or the view reports button in any of the tiles to go straight into that particular section of Compass Plus. Now, underneath these tiles, if I just scroll down a little bit further here, you have quick access to your apprenticeships feature, which is this one here. Okay. And then your careers partners feature, which is this one here. And right down at the very bottom of the homepage, you can see that there are individual links to other CEC digital products too. You would just click on the relevant product to open it in a new window. Okay, so let's move on to your account settings now. Okay, and in the top right corner of the screen here, you would just click the plus sign. Now, this then gives you access to your Compass Plus account settings and your Compass Plus account user management. So you just select then the relevant option from this particular drop down. So in my profile and settings, I'm just going to go into that. In here, you can edit your personal information and update your communication preferences as well. If I go into the password tab, this enables you to change your password and click on the multi-factor authentication tab to set up your MFA. And that is in here as well. Okay, so just going back up to the plus sign again now. So next we will look at user management, and user management, everyone, it's very straightforward in Compass Plus. And here you will see a list of all of your Compass Plus users. Okay, now I'm just going to hover over this little I symbol. So admins, everyone, admins can do everything. Editors, they can complete several tasks in Compass Plus, and viewers, as you'd expect, excuse me, can only view existing information that's been added to the system. Now, we always recommend having more than just one Compass Plus admin to avoid creating that first point of failure. So if your admin is on leave or if they're off sick, for example, it is really best practice to have at least more than one admin who can log into the product and resolve any issues if they arise in your absence. So some examples that you could sort of use of effective user management, it may include, adding curriculum staff as editors so that they can complete the Compass evaluation for their department area, or add careers partners directly into Compass Plus. You might choose to add your line manager or your SLT as viewers so that they can access the latest compass evaluation results or view the internal leadership review responses as well. And again, don't forget the careers should be a whole setting responsibility. And it's not just that of the careers leader, the same as it should be applied to using Compass Plus as well. Now, adding a new user, that is really easy as well. You would just scroll up to the top, click on create a new user. Okay. First of all, you'd enter the email address in there. Then from there, you would just fill in the relevant information, including that person's first name, their last name, excuse me, the job role, and then their management level as well. And then the setting role drop down at the bottom is where you would then select their user permissions. So you would either select an admin, an editor, or a viewer. Really straightforward to complete that section there as well. Now, for compliance purposes, it's really important that you keep your Compass Plus user permissions up to date as well, and then only allow users access to sort of what they need. And it's important that when members of staff leave your education setting, that you deactivate them as a user in Compass Plus. Now, to deactivate a user, it's really easy as well. You just find their name in the list that you've got. You then just untick the active box. A pop-up will display asking you to confirm that you want to deactivate the user. You just click deactivate to continue, and that user will then no longer have access to Compass Plus. Now, if you work in a college, you'll also have access to sites and departments in your account settings as well. So just clicking on that plus button again, going into sites and departments. If I just scroll down a little bit here. So this, everyone, this is a purpose-built feature for colleges to improve the management of sites and departments. Now, this will benefit settings that work across large geographical areas. So again, adding a new site or department's really, really simple. You would just click on the create a new site or department button. You would then enter the name of the site or the department that you want to add. Then you would just click create and the site or department will be then added to your list. Now, to deactivate a site or department, you would just simply untick the box next to the relevant site or department, and then that will automatically be deactivated. Okay, so that's the home page sort of account settings. Let's now explore in more detail the main navigation bar. So on the left-hand side here, we have our navigation bar. And if I just click home, it takes us back to our landing page. And first up is evaluations here. So if I just click evaluations in here, excuse me again, you'll find the compass evaluation and the internal leadership review. So if I just click on compass evaluation in a second, these two features, everyone, they do look very familiar. And as they are exactly the same feature that you would use in Compass. So for that reason, I'm not going to go into lots of detail on these now. I'll just give you a quick reminder of them both. So Compass evaluation. So this enables education settings to quickly and easily evaluate their careers activity against the 8 Gatsby benchmarks. So again, completing a Compass evaluation is simple. Okay, you just answer the questions in the evaluation and Compass Plus will then calculate the evaluation results for you. So just as a reminder, a Compass evaluation takes approximately 30 minutes to complete. So if you start an evaluation but need to stop halfway through, you can save your progress anytime and then come back to it later to finish answering the questions when time allows. Now, on this page, you can start a new evaluation over here. So just by clicking on the start new evaluation. You can then view your previously completed or in progress evaluations. And now these are just down here as well, along with being able to copy, share, or delete them. So we've got the same functions there. So we can view the results, copy them, share, or delete. And then scrolling down a little bit further, you can view your results from your historic evaluation. So prior to the Gatsby benchmark updates, which were implemented in September 2025. Now, going back up to the top here, if we now click into internal leadership review, okay. So again, Just a quick reminder, an internal leadership review, everyone, is based on the careers impact maturity model, which provides that shared language of how careers can be positioned as a driver for whole setting improvement. So undertaking an internal leadership review supports the quality assurance of your careers provision, and it also then encourages that continuous improvement aligned to your whole education settings priorities. So this section, it's been designed in a very similar way to the compass evaluation, and that's to keep things consistent across the product. So once you've completed an internal leadership review, you can then record the responses here in Compass Plus. So you would just click record the internal leadership review responses here. And this is also where you would view the settings previous or in progress review. So again, if I just scroll down a little bit, again, we've got the functionality here to copy, to share, or to delete them as well. Now, again, just making sure that everybody can see that. So this is where your previous, your in progress evaluations review, sorry, would be. So just going back to the home page on the navigation bar. So the next one, everyone, is questionnaires. Okay, so in here, this is where you will find your child's future. So just clicking into that for us now. I'll scroll down a little bit. So Your Child's Future, everyone, or YCF, is a questionnaire designed for parents and carers to help you understand the parents as carers, knowledge, confidence, and awareness of careers. So this is the brand new feature within Compass Plus that enables education settings to strengthen parental engagement and to then really use these insights to develop more informed, more responsive, and effective careers programs that really do better support young people. So you generate a link to the questionnaire in Compass Plus, then you share this with the parents and carers, inviting them to complete it, and then answer the questions that cover the various topics. These include how they feel talking to their child about careers, how much they know about the different options available for their child after school or college, and then also how much they understand about the careers program at their child's education setting as well. Now, to generate a link for YCF, you just click the green generate a new link button here. Okay. You would then just add in a title for the questionnaire. So if I just use a date, so if I'm just going to type in questionnaire, let's use tomorrow's date, 06 26. And then if I just click generate, the new link will then be added to the list, and we can see that hit down here at the bottom. So there's 11/06/26, which is what I have just then generated. So I'm just going to move that over to the other side. So what we've got further down, if I just scroll down to this, what we can then do is we can share that questionnaire by copying the link to a clipboard. We can send the link via email, or we could, if I click on this one, we could create a QR code, which it's great for copying and pasting into posters to display at parents' evenings, for example, which then enables parents and carers to complete the questionnaire on their mobile phone. So, when parents and carers complete the questionnaire, aggregated responses will be displayed as data visualizations in the detailed report tab. Now, this tab will look slightly different from September as we make iterative improvements following our feature, pilot, and soft launch. So to support analysing this data effectively, you will still be able to filter by academic year, year group, send, and the questionnaire title and creation date. Okay, great. So let's just return to the main navigation bar and have a look at apprenticeships next. Just going to move everybody over there. So clicking on the apprenticeships tab on that main navigation bar. So here you can use a built-in search functionality to find current apprenticeship vacancies to share with your learners. Now, you can search by keywords or category by selecting the tabs at the top here. So if I just select category, okay, scroll down a little bit, and then I'm going to click into my drop-down box So if I then just filter on the digital vacancies, let's say, I'm going to then increase my range to within 10 miles. And then if I just click search, we have our options in front of us. So you would then just, to view sort of more information about the vacancy, you just click on the title in the hyperlink here. Okay, just going to take us back there. So we've got the IT support apprenticeship. So the apprenticeships here, it's really simple and easy to use. And it may be really useful during personal guidance meetings or if you're delivering that one-to-one advice and guidance to learners. Now, a top tip here for you to use the apprenticeships feature is as an employer engagement tool. So just enter the relevant information on the left, then use the search results to find the employers that deliver apprenticeships in your local area. And then, why not invite them in to deliver a talk on apprenticeships or add them to your list of contacts in your careers partners, which is the fifth section here on the main navigation bar. And we're going to look at that in a moment. So it's a really great tool to be able to use to develop that careers partner database as well. So we'll move seamlessly into the careers partner. So again, on our navigation bar, clicking into the careers partner section. Okay. Now, I like to think of careers partners, everyone, as your little black book. It's that secure and scalable database where you can store all the employers, all the organizations and providers that deliver careers activities to your learners. So careers partners are only accessible to you and other Compass Plus users within your education setting. So never lose that important telephone number or that important email address. Keep it all safe in your careers partner section. Now, to add a careers partner, you would just click on the green actions button at the top here. You would then just click on add careers partner from the main menu. Now, I'm not going to fill all of these sections in just now, but just to give you a flavour of what the form looks like, if I enter some mandatory information in for the organisation, so let's just call this, for example, demo, okay? And then if I want to add in an organisation type, okay, I could just click on a particular one in here. So let's just put careers activity provider, for example. And then if I scroll further down, I can just start to add the contact details. So if I just click add contact, and then if we click on the little pencil icon, okay, that allows us to then put the information in. And then from this part here, I can ensure that I have then a designated point of contact for every organization in the careers partner database by adding a contact and then entering their details in here at the bottom. And then once I've done that, if I scroll down to the bottom, once all the information has been entered, I would just click add careers partner to add that organization and that contact to the careers partner database in Compass Plus as well. Now, to view an organization and its contacts, you would just simply click on the side arrow in the actions column. So if I just use the County Hospital Health, if I just click that little side arrow, what we can see here now are all of the contacts that exist within the county hospital. Now, to edit a careers partner, you could either type their name in the search bar up here, or you could scroll through your careers partner and then click the pencil, okay? And that will then allow you to edit. If we wanted to, we can use the trash can icon there and we can then delete that particular careers partner if you had any reason that you needed to do that. Okay, so just going to go back up to our green actions button again here, everyone. Because what you've also got now is you've got the option and the opportunity to be able to download and upload your careers partners contact details in Compass Plus as well. So you may choose to download your careers partners if you want to filter by organisations who are available for careers fairs, for example, then contact them via email and you can invite them to participate in an event. And all the careers partners that you have saved in Compass Plus, they will download onto your computer as an Excel spreadsheet. Now, not only can you enter careers partners into Compass Plus directly, as I've just shown you earlier, but you can also upload contact details to careers partners as well. So if this information has been collated using our careers partners upload template, you can do that as well. And what we would just do is click into contact upload details. This is where you can access the template. And once it's been populated, you would just follow the instructions in the template. You would just drag and drop the file into the box here, or you would select the file from your computer. And once you have uploaded the file successfully, you will see how many organizations have been uploaded to your careers partner database. Now, before we move away from Careers Partners and onto the last section of the main navigation bar, I just want to flag the advanced search functionality here within Compass Plus as well. Now, this is a very handy tool to quickly filter your careers partners and focus on that targeted employer engagement. So you'd use the advanced search functionality to help find organizations based on their sector, sense check if you have a broad representation of employees across industries, or to target employer engagement for specific curriculum areas as well. So you've got, if I just click into the advanced search, you've got 3 organization filters here across the top. Okay. Now, if I just click into organization sector here, the number in the brackets is the number of the careers partners you have saved in Compass Plus that align with that particular filter when you click on it. So if I, for example, click on digital and then I scroll down, the careers partners that are linked to digital will display in the box below. And when you're finished, you can just click clear all. Okay, so finally, just want to move everyone over to the side there. So finally, the last part of the main navigation bar is the Help Center. So you can access the Help Center anytime that you're logged into Compass Plus by clicking on this button here at the very bottom of the navigation bar. And when you click on the Help Center button, the Compass Plus Help Center will open in a new window. And here you can search bespoke guidance and resources that are designed to help you use Compass Plus effectively in your setting. Now, the Compass Plus Help Center is hosted on a public URL, which means anyone with the internet can view Help Center articles, which are great for sharing with colleagues and other Compass Plus users as well. Now I'm going to go back into the slide deck now so I can show you what the Compass Plus Help Center landing page will look like from September. So here we go. So as I mentioned, just going to move my mouse over the side there. So as I mentioned, when you click on the Help Center button in Compass Plus, the Compass Plus Help Center will open in a new window. So from September, the Help Center landing page will look like this on the screen. So over the summer, we'll be closing the current Compass Help Center and rebuilding the Compass Plus Help Center to ensure it meets the needs of all the users. And that will then include settings who haven't connected their management information system to Compass Plus. So from the landing page, you could simply click the feature that you want to learn more about, and you'll go straight to that section of the Help Center. So let's have a look at a specific section of the Help Center now, so you know what to expect from September. So I'm going to choose the Careers Impact System for my example, as the internal leadership review feature will be available to all Compass Plus users. So just going to, again, go back into this section here. So here we have the careers impact system. So once you click on any of the categories from the landing page, you'll go straight to that section on the Compass Plus Help Center. So for the careers impact system, we currently have 4 articles in this section. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got the 4 articles, and then you could just click on the article that you want to view. So if we click on how to access the internal leadership view on Compass Plus article. Okay, so each article has step-by-step guidance on how to use that particular feature, with then simple instructions and easy to follow screenshots as well. Just scroll down just to give you an example of what that will look like. Now, A top tip for the Help Center as well, everyone, is to use the search bar. So we've got the search bar up here. If there is something in particular you need help with, just pop the word or the phrase in here, and then all of the articles that contain that term will be then displayed. So I'm going to type compass evaluation. Okay, hit enter. So I can then show you what this looks like. So we can see here that everything related to compass evaluation has been presented in front of me. So if I then want to just know how to complete the compass evaluation, I could scroll down, click on the relevant link, and then a list of all the articles in this particular section of the Help Center display here in front of us and also on the left hand side. And this is particularly helpful, everyone, when you are, suppose, learning about a new feature or a feature that you may have used before, as you have all the articles about that feature easily to hand. And you can also click on the section in the breadcrumb at the top of the page. Now, a breadcrumb is the technical term for the row of links at the top of the article. So if we click on that, it will then take us back to viewing all of the articles for a specific section of Compass Plus, in this case, the Compass evaluation. Now, the Compass Plus Help Centre will always be your first port of call if you ever get stuck using Compass Plus. But if you do run into any technical difficulties, you can also raise a support request with one of the technical specialists from the Help Centre too. All you do is just click into the Submit a Request. You would then complete the form with all of the relevant information, scroll down to the bottom, and then you would click the green button at the bottom to submit the form to our help desk. Okay, so that is our deep dive into what Compass Plus will look like from September for settings who haven't connected their management information system to Compass Plus. So heading back into the slide deck now, I'm just going to start to draw things to a close for today's session. So here's a quick reminder of the further support and guidance you can access to help you use Compass Plus effectively in your setting. So as I showed you in the demo, support is available 24/7 in the Compass Plus Help Center. You can access this when you're logged into Compass Plus, or you can have it open in a new window. Again, don't forget it's hosted on a public URL, which means anyone with the internet can view the Help Center articles. We'll have dedicated Compass Plus training available from September. Now, this will help you get to grips with using core features to help you evaluate, manage, and then report on your careers provision as well. And that training includes webinars like this one today and our feature focus series as well, which we have more webinars on, which I'll tell you about shortly. You can quickly find world-class, trusted, high-quality resources on the resource directory. Again, all designed to help you plan, grow, and achieve. You can complete a range of short courses on the Careers and Enterprise Academy, and this can help you plan and deliver your strategic, progressive careers programs. And again, don't forget those quick links I showed you in the demo where you can access both the resource directory and the academy, when you're logged into Compass Plus. And finally, do reach out to your Compass Plus champion, your EC or your hub if you have any questions about Compass Plus and using it effectively in your setting. Okay, excellent. So just before I close today's session, I just wanted to highlight some exciting developments to our Compass Plus training offer. Now, we'll continue to record our webinars and make these recordings available both on Compass Plus Help Center and via our YouTube playlist. But we're delighted to confirm that our feature focus series will continue to evolve and cover key features available to all users. And as our audience continues to grow and a wider range of users start engaging with Compass Plus, our training will take a functionality first approach. So what this means is our webinars and our feature focus sessions will center on the features available within Compass Plus rather than whether a setting is connected to its MIS to Compass Plus. So this approach is more inclusive, or we feel it's more inclusive, and ensures all users can engage with the content, helping then to create a more consistent, valuable, and meaningful experience for everyone. So that brings us to a close, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd be really grateful if you could just take a couple of minutes to complete our feedback form. So all you need to do is just scan the QR code there on the screen or type the link into your browser to share your thoughts and feedback about today's session. The information that you share with us is so important as it really does help us to deliver and develop our training offer for you, and we really do appreciate it. So I look forward to seeing you on another webinar soon. Goodbye, everyone.